Okay, so this is my next video. I made a video recently, today actually, regarding atheism and why atheism is false. So I can call this video Why Atheism is False Part 2. And I have a couple atheists responding to the video that I'm making, and I'm always noticing that you people just don't respond to the issues. You don't solve the problem that you have. I'm going to try to do this again, okay? So we're going to be calling this thing right here a universal, abstract, invariant, eternal law. That's what we're going to call this thing right here, this thing. This is what it is. If you are an atheist, you cannot account for the existence of this thing. It's non-existent. It's gone. It does not exist in your worldview because you cannot account for it. You have to presuppose the existence of these abstract, invariant, universal, eternal laws. You have to presuppose them. But you have no basis for presupposing them. You have no basis for using them. You have no basis for appealing to them because you're an atheist. That's what I'm saying. Now, an atheist attempted to say that the laws of math came from us. No, they did not come from us. Now, those are not the exact words that he used. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull this up on my YouTube channel so that I do not misrepresent this atheist. So this atheist says, laws of math do not exist outside of mind. Laws are the description of the relationship between two or more variables. Theories and theorems, math and science-wise, are just descriptions which indicate how we have agreed to describe an aspect of reality. Okay, that's what he said. Laws of math do not exist outside of mind. That's a dependence. This is what it means then. By necessity, if there are no minds, if there are no minds, then there is no math, is what he's saying. Laws of math do not exist outside of the mind. If there are no minds, then there are no mathematical laws. But that's false. That is false. Because guess what? If there are no minds, 2 plus 2 would still be 4. 4 plus 4 would still be 8. 8 plus 8 would still be 16. Whether or not our minds exist to use these laws are irrelevant to the existence of these laws. These laws exist independent of our minds, which means that our minds are not the ones that invented them, and our minds are not that which it depends on for its existence. Our minds are not that which it depends on for its existence. To say that the laws of math only exist in our minds is to deny the fact that the laws of math are eternal. The laws of math are abstract and transcend our minds. They transcend our minds. Our minds observe them. You correctly said they observe them and describe reality. But then you said something along the lines of, these are descriptions which indicate how we have agreed. That means if we agreed upon different laws, if we agreed upon different ways to interact in the universe, if we have agreed upon different things as to how we describe what reality is, then that would be truth. That would be truth, basically. I think I made a. I think I remember the four aspects of truth. There is objective truth, normative truth, uh, subjective truth, and complex truth. Normative truth is when a group of people agree upon something, therefore it's true. Normative truth, if it disagrees with objective truth, is false, is what I said in my video previously. Complex truth is when you use normative truth, objective truth, and subjective truth to apply it to your life to reach and to experience the most benefit. Back to what I was saying though. If what it is what we agreed upon, then that means we could agree upon something else, and what we agreed upon would be the fact and would be the truth, which is never a good reason to believe anything. Never. Because if you say that a group of people coming up with something and agreeing upon something makes it true, then we have a problem. And if you're saying that this is what we have agreed to describe an aspect of reality, not all minds think the same. A lot of minds are out there who would disagree that 2 plus 2 is 4, who would disagree that 8 plus 8 is 16, who would disagree that 1 plus 1 is 2. Minds that are delusional, minds that do not live in accordance with reality. The atheist has no basis for saying that their minds are wrong and our minds are right, because their minds could be using abstract laws that we are not aware of. Maybe there's an abstract law out there that says 4 plus 4 is 48. And they have recognized that law and say that 4 plus 4 is 48. Upon what basis do you say they're wrong? Because you can't be certain about anything as an atheist. You also mentioned science, which means that you probably know the scientific method, which is observation, hypothesis, testing for validation or invalidation, and then if it's validated, you have scientific fact. But it all starts with observation. And science is based upon induction. Induction says this: the future will be like the past. But if you, the atheist, deny the existence of God, or say, I have a lack of belief in God, which means you don't believe in God, then you have a big problem. Because if you don't believe in God, who sustains the universe, the God who created and sustains the universe, then you have a big problem, because you now believe that the universe is random, which means that everything that is happening in time is time and chance acting on matter in an unguided, ungoverned universe and an unguided evolutionary process. As a matter of fact, unguided, unpurposed evolutionary process, because it's random selection, natural selection, which means that the way we look, the way we feel, the way we think, the way we see, the way we talk, the way we smell, the way we hear, excuse me, could have gone the other way. Our nose could have been our eyes. Our ears could have been our nose. Our mouth could have been our eyes. Our eyes could have been our mouth. It could have gone completely the other way, because it's all random. It's not guided. It's not governed. It's not sustained by a being, but rather everything is random, which means that since everything is random, the laws of nature are random. And if everything is random and you say that our minds are where the laws of math exist and they depend upon our minds for their existence, then you have another problem. Because before our minds evolved to this state, where were the laws of math? Where were they? Did they exist? And if they did exist, in whose mind did they exist? Okay, let's say it existed in our minds when our minds came into existence. Another question. When we were figuring it out as we were evolving from fish to apes and then to humans, when we were figuring it out, wasn't what was agreed upon by the species at that particular time the truth? What if the species agreed that 48 plus 48 is 165? Or 48 plus 48 is equivalent to 2? What if they agreed upon that? Wouldn't it be true to them? Yes, it would be. Which means that you are agreeing to absurdity, that we can all come up with our own laws of math, our own laws of logic, our own abstract universal laws, and be right. Don't you see the problem here? I know you see the problem. I know you see the problem. So you don't have a basis for science because you believe that everything is random. The scientific method was based upon the fact that the universe is created and it's being governed and sustained by God, which means that we can find consistent laws in the universe that stay consistent and act consistently in the future as they did in the past. Why? Because we have a governor, we have a sustainer, we have God. But if there is no God, everything is random. Don't you see what I'm saying? Don't you hear what I'm saying? Everything is random, which means that the way you're sitting right now, watching this video or standing, at any moment, gravity can stop acting like gravity. Gravity can stop acting like gravity because you have no guarantee that the future will be like the past. You have no idea. You have no guarantee that the next 5 minutes will be like the last 5 minutes because you don't have science. You've given up science. Given it up. The atheist has no basis for science. And back to what I was saying. It is a fact. It is a fact that there are abstract, universal, invariant laws. It is a fact. And since there are abstract, universal, invariant laws, since they exist, it therefore means that atheism is false. Because if abstract, universal, eternal, invariant laws exist, then that must by necessity mean that there is an abstract, universal, invariant, eternal lawgiver. And this lawgiver is God. Don't you see that what I'm saying here is this? The existence of these laws prove the existence of God. If God does not exist, then these laws should not exist. But since God exists, these laws exist, and they do not depend upon our minds for their existence. Because if our minds were not in existence, these laws would still be true, and these laws would still exist. And since these laws are laws that are used by the mind, like the laws of logic, the laws of math, it therefore means that there is a mind that exists eternally that gave us these laws. And because we are made in God's image, we can recognize these laws and use these laws. But if you say that God does not exist, you have no basis or accounting for the existence of these laws. And since you have no basis for the existence of these laws and you use these laws, you are living a life of inconsistency. And if you're living a life of inconsistency, then that means that atheism is false. I mean, I can go on rants upon rants to try and explain this to you people. And if you don't get it, then it's not because I'm not clear. It is because your minds are futile. As I said in a video recently, if you are an atheist, you are a fool, because how can you believe that there is no God or lack faith or lack belief in a God when you have abstract, universal, immaterial laws? Universal, abstract, immaterial, eternal laws. How can you say there is no God when you have these laws and you're using these laws? It's like you're saying God does not exist, but you're stealing from God to live. To live. Basic laws of logic. You're using them every day. The laws of arithmetic. You're using them every day. You're acting like an image bearer of God. You're acting like a Christian every single day by using these laws. You're acting like someone who believes that God exists. Every single day you use these laws while at the same time denying that God exists, or saying that you lack faith in the existence of God, or you lack faith in God. All the while saying you lack faith in God, even though you're using these laws. It makes no sense. It's stupid. It's foolishness. But there will always be foolish people in the world. There will always be foolish people in the world. I believe in God because I cannot account for the existence of these abstract, universal, immaterial, well, abstract means immaterial. I cannot account for the existence of abstract, universal, eternal, invariant laws apart from the existence of God. Therefore, based upon the impossibility to the contrary, God therefore exists. Because the contrary is this: you have these laws, yet you have no God, and that's impossible. And I say again before I end this video, your minds are not the foundation for the existence of these laws. These laws stay true. These laws exist if there were no human minds in the universe. If all of our minds went out of existence, these laws would still be true. These laws would still be valid. These laws would still exist. They are independent of our minds. So for you, the atheist, to say that, and for you, the atheist, if you believe that, your belief is false. Your belief is wrong. And I hope that you understand what I'm saying. Please comment on this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel so that we can have more discussions on this. As a matter of fact, I'm calling out an atheist. The atheists who are watching my videos, all right? I would like to have a Zoom interaction with you, an interaction on Zoom or uh, Google Chats, if that's what it is. Let's have an interaction. I want to talk with one of you on video, and you can challenge my worldview, and I can challenge your worldview. I'm going to record it. I'm going to post it on my YouTube channel, and you can share it with your friends of you having a discussion with a Christian. All right? We're going to see if atheism is valid. We're going to see if atheism can account for the existence of these laws, and if atheism can accurately and consistently answer the 5 most important questions of life. And that is origin, identity, meaning, moral ethics, and destiny. To go over them in a different way. Origin, where do we come from? Identity, who are we? Meaning, why are we here? Moral ethics, what determines right from wrong? And 5, what happens after we die? Is that the end? Let's have a discussion. Let's talk. Let's talk. Since you lack faith in God, and I have faith in God, and we have worldviews colliding, if you think that you are intelligent enough, and you are smart enough, and you are sure enough about the validity of atheism, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Comment under this video to let me know if you're interested in having a conversation, and we can we can work it out. We can set it up and have it done, have it recorded, have it posted, so that we can see which worldview is the correct worldview and which worldview is the wrong worldview. All right, so thanks for watching. Thanks for keeping up. And I look forward to more of your comments and more interaction. Thank you all. Subscribe. Can't say it enough. I have had over 150 atheists watch and comment on my videos. And none of you are subscribing. Come on, just subscribe. It's free. It's free. Subscribe. Just subscribe. It's free. It takes nothing out of your time and out of your pocket to subscribe so that you can keep up with the videos I'm posting about atheism. So subscribe and don't be a jerk. All right. Thank you. Have a good one. God bless. The God you don't believe in, but he does exist. God bless you. Have a good one.